Go on. Yes, sir. What's up, y'all? Shout out to y'all. I'm waiting for people to get in here. What's up, y'all? For the ones that's here. Shout out to the people pulling up. Tap in. Where y'all at? Where y'all from? We're going to talk about it real quick. Talk about manifestation, abundance, seeing what you want, believing it's already yours. I'll switch it up today. Tap in, y'all. What's up? Where y'all at? Tap in, y'all. Tap in. Shout out to New Orleans. My boy Big General 504. New Orleans, what's up? I like New Orleans too. New Orleans got a lot of culture. They still got a lot of our traditions that we had before, you know, before we was taught that our culture isn't for us. Lies, but shout out to New Orleans. Y'all tap in. Where y'all from? Where y'all at? We want to try something different today. Not even something different. We do this all the time, but it's just we haven't did it in a little minute. I want to talk about manifestation, abundance, knowing everything is yours, what you want, knowing that the life you want is already yours. You just got to get it out of you. And I know it sounds cliche. I know when people say manifestation, they tell you, just believe, but it's real. And I'm going to give you a few examples of how I manifest certain things and what works for me. Ra, what's up, Ra? Everything good. I can't complain. I'm blessed. Life's good. Xerox, what's up, bro? I can't call it. It's one of those rainy days today. One of those rainy days. I got a lot of things, and that's another thing. The power of waking up early, man. I try to implement this in my son. I try to tell my sisters, anybody around me, wake up early. I don't care whether you work for yourself, you're an entrepreneur. That should even make you want to wake up for yourself even more. You got a lot of people that when they have a 9 to 5, they'll wake up at any given time. They'll make time to wake up early in the morning, but won't do it for themselves. Right? If you got to be to work at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, most times you're going to wake up 5 o'clock. You're going to wake up 4 o'clock. You're going to wake up because your income depends on it. But the problem is when people be working for themselves, they put in less effort, which doesn't make sense. So now you was blessed to wake up whenever you want, but you decide to wake up at 12. You losing majority of the day. Now we know time don't exist. We know this. However, the time that we're given, right? Make the most out of all your time. People love saying we have the same 24 hours. We have the same 24. First of all, there's no such thing as 24 hours in a day. You're not getting 24 hours out your day, especially if you're working a 9 to 5. If you're working a 9 to 5, right? Let's do the math, right? If you're working a 9 to 5 and it's 24 hours in a day, you're working 8 of them hours, right? Forget even the 8, right? You gotta get to work. That's probably about an hour or so. Let's say 30 minutes to an hour, right? I remember when I was working, this was like, 4 years ago? I used to have to take 2 trains to get to work. And it took me 2 hours to get to work. Crazy. Why she always do this? No, miss. No excessive ride. No.
Maria, no.
No. Thank you. She always do this. Damn, she done messed my thought process up. All right, yeah, so I used to have to take 2 hours just to get to work, right? I bet. So now that's 2 hours just to get to work. Now you got the 8 hours that you gotta take to get when you at work. Some people picking up shifts, some people doing 12-hour shifts. I didn't see my ex used to do 14 to 16. Was it? I'm lying. 12 to 14-hour shifts, which is crazy. Then you got to get home from work. That's like another hour or two. Then you got to eat. Then you got to shower. Then you get you time. That's nowhere near 24 hours. You know? So you got to kind of like program yourself to where you get the most out of your day, especially if you're an entrepreneur. Right? You got to make time. So perfect example. Me, I like to wake up at 5 or 6 o'clock every day. 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. It's not about me trying to get up before people. No. I know that if I wake up that early, I get the most out of my day. Now, that's what I used to do when I used to be in the streets. Right? When I used to be in the streets, I used to wake up early as hell. So, because you know the early bird get the worm. If you wake up early, you handle whatever street business you got to handle in the street. If you do that early, you got more time throughout the day to do whatever else you need to do. So if I'm going on the road early in the morning, let's say I spend 2-3 hours out, I'm back in the crib, let's say 12, 1 o'clock, whatever the case may be. But stores used to open at like 9, 10, so I used to have to be stagnant because of that. But anyway, you get more out your day when you work early, especially if you're working for yourself. Perfect example. Today I woke up at 5, 6. I was able to take my son to school, get something to eat. I done did laundry already. I done already put together 2 videos that I gotta finish up. You see what I'm saying? You get more out your day. Now if I finish early, all that work stuff I can put aside and actually have time for either my family, time to go out, time to go eat, time to go drink. If y'all are my close friends on Instagram, y'all know I'm always posting some type of food, drinks, something. I like to get work out the way so I can enjoy my day. To me, that's the best part of being an entrepreneur and having your own business, making your own schedule. I don't have to wake up and do whatever. Yo, it used to be times, I'll never forget, because I used to work 6 days a week. It used to be times where I was trading my time for money, and the money was nothing. The money was nothing. I'm sitting here getting these other people rich. Meanwhile, I'm losing sleep. I'm losing time with my family. I'm barely making money. It's crazy. So I think the best thing about working for yourself or having your own business or being able to be blessed to have your own whatever is just time. Time. You don't get time back. Forget the money, forget the materialistic things. You could get those back. You cannot get time back. And it's very important how you spend your time. Let me tell you, the way somebody spends their time, whether it's my friends, whether it's whoever it is, the way they spend their time tells me what type of person they are. Off rip. You ain't even got to tell me nothing about yourself. All I got to do is watch and observe how you spend your time, and I know what type of person you are. I know whether you're serious. I know whether you take yourself serious, whatever it is, or you just a jerk off. That's the medical field hours. No, she worked law enforcement. She was worked for the border. But like I said, it's all about time. Time. You gotta divide your time into the right areas. You wake up in the morning, no matter what it is, stay consistent at whatever it is you want. Now, perfect example. If you are still working a 9 to 5, right? At least put in time for your business. Put in time for something that you want to, even if whatever money you making from your business. I always tell people this. Take that money and invest it into the business that you want to do. Your 9 to 5 should be fueling your business. Your 9 to 5 should just be a segue into you starting something on your own. Don't get complacent. And let me tell you, during the time when the pandemic happened, that should have told you how expendable you are. Most of us, we were working at the job. I done seen people on jobs 8 years, 5 years, just years upon years get laid off in a split second like that. Whole life just changed in a matter of a second like that. That should have been a wake-up call. Right then and there, you should have told yourself, you know what? I don't ever want to go through this again. Because you know why? Before all the stimulus came out, before all the $600 came, people were panicking. They didn't know what they was gonna do. You should have seen the Facebook post, right? The Instagram post, oh, it's getting crazy out here. It's gonna be the purge. And Nobody knew what they was gonna do. They didn't know what was happening next. Now, once that money came out, everybody, they kind of relaxed. But that feeling right there should have told you, yo, listen, nah, I don't ever want to feel that again. Everybody goes through a breaking point. At some point, everybody has that epiphany. At some point, everybody has that moment where it's like, yo, this ain't for me. When it came to me, my moment was, I was on my job. Well, first and foremost, I never wanted to work a job a day in my life. And I never did. I got my first job at the age of 26, 27. I turned 24. So I got my first job at 26. I think 26, 27. That was my first job because I never, ever, I never wanted to work a job a day in my life. I don't believe in jobs. I don't like jobs. And the more you wire yourself to think like that, the more the universe, the more God, the more it will provide for you, because that's your way of thinking. But the more you feel, yo, I need a job. The more you feel, yo, I need this job to do X, Y, and Z. You're in the feeling of, I need. You're in the feeling of lack. You're in the feeling of, yo, I can't do nothing unless I have a 9 to 5. But me, since I was younger, yo, I sold CDs. I sold sneakers. I customized sneakers. I sold shirts. I had my own clothing line at one point. I just, and this is, keep in mind, this is junior high school. I was making t-shirts and designing airbrushing shirts when I was in junior high school. I never wanted a job. My mother didn't buy me, when it comes to sneakers, clothes, or any of that. My mother haven't bought me any of that stuff since I was 11 years old. You see what I'm saying? And it's not because she didn't want to. It's not that she couldn't. It's just that at a young age, I always had the mind like, yo, I don't want nobody doing nothing for me. I don't want a job. I'm going to make it on my own. As you get older, that converts into, your way of thinking is just, you're wired different. You're going to make it happen. You're not going to sit. Let me tell you, you could literally make your own reality. You could bend reality to be in your favor. But you got to feel it. You got to know it. This is why when I say manifest the life you want, abundance is yours, because it's already yours, but you got to feel it. We go through life, we see people all the time, and you wonder like, yo, why every time I turn around, this guy's making money? Yo, he always on the next hustle. Yo, he's always on the next wave. Yo, he always making money. Yo, no matter what he do, he just make money. You know why? Because he lives in that mentality. He knows how to bend his reality. He knows that, yo, what I think shall I receive. He knows that. He knows that. And let me tell y'all, and this is why I always tell you, every lesson is a blessing. That's why L's to me is not losses. They're all lessons. I learned about energy. I learned about manifestation, all of that when I was incarcerated. Before then, I never knew of it. I've heard of it, but I never knew of it. It took me to get incarcerated to figure all this out and learn it. And then once I did, I couldn't be stopped. I literally manifest everything that I want. Now, we're not going to sit here and be unrealistic, because I hate when people do this. People like to say, oh, if you can manifest this, why you can't manifest $1 million? I can. It may not come when you think I should have it. It may not come when you think that it's going to come, but it's going to come. You got to put the work in. That's another thing, the misconception people have of manifestation. They think, oh, because you hear, oh, you just got to sit back and visualize. They think that you just going to sit there and it comes. No, you got to put the work in too. When I had that 9 to 5 job, every time I was made to do something I didn't want to do, I say, yo, this is why. And that was one quote that I always said to myself, because every time they made me do weird stuff, I'm like, yo, what? I hated it. So, yo, let me tell, all right, before I even get into that, do you know the feeling of, and I don't wish you know the feeling, but let me tell you the feeling, because, in order for you to know the feeling, you got to be into illegal activity. When I was going from being in the street, making, I'm talking about thousands of dollars a day, to literally, literally having to work a 9 to 5 and not got your foot, didn't have my foot in the street, no nothing, just literally a 9 to 5, I'm making it happen. to making what, $800 a week? What? $1,000? The most money I made, I never forget, I made in a week was, and I had to work, I worked 90 something hours, bro. The most hours I think I ever worked in a single week was 94. I never forget. I think it was 90, either 94 or 92. But first of all, 90 something hours working is crazy. And this is construction. This was labor work. This is not like no, like I was in the office. No, I was really putting in work. But every time I did it, right? Every time I was there, I felt like, yo, something's coming. Something's coming. I always felt like it. I always felt like it. And you got to really understand, and this is why I tell you, that the best people to be in businesses, the best people to actually run a business, have this, is somebody who actually been through stuff. Somebody that, like right now, right? In any business that I run it as if it's my baby. I run it with so much passion. I run it because I know the feeling of working a bunch of hours and getting nasty pay. I don't want to go back to that. I do not want to go back to that. So the way I move is just a little different opposed to somebody who may not care about working a 9 to 5. But that's not me. And you got to tell yourself that. Don't just hear, oh, in order to manifest, you got to just think, visualize and, no, put that work in. The work that I was putting in was the fact that I was taking 2 hours just to get to work, taking 2 trains, traveling in the snow, working in the snow. I got pictures of me work. I'm going to upload it too. Probably put it as a TBT. I still look at them pictures to this day. Like, yo, I put the work in. I put it in, and it's not even to toot my own horn. My thing is, I can only speak for me because I've been through it. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through, right? So I ain't tooting my own horn or none of that. I'm just telling you what I've been through, and hopefully it'll transcend into one of you guys, and y'all can feel that energy. That I ain't lying. That it could really happen for you. Nobody's better than nobody. I ain't better than nobody. Anybody who got more money than me ain't better than me, and vice versa. Nobody's better than nobody, but it's just it starts with the mentality. It starts with the belief system. It starts with the work you're willing to put in. That's what separates the boys from the men. That's what separates the women from the girls. Knowing what you want, going for it. And this is what, so the other day, right, I put up a post. I'm not able to go live on Instagram because we were restricted for whatever reason. But this is why I say, when you know what you want, your road is a little easier. Whenever you are manifesting, you got to be so specific in what you're manifesting. You got to be so like real with it. Like, yo, listen, I want to make $100,000 this year doing X, Y, and Z. If you do YouTube, yo, I am. Start all your affirmations with, I am generating $100,000 this year off YouTube. Be specific. You know why? Because when you do things like, I am generating $100,000 this year, you know what happens? You didn't specify how. So now, let's say you do get the $100,000, but you know how you got it? You got it because you was in a crazy accident, right? They got to amputate your leg now. Now you're getting $100,000 from that lawsuit. You see what I'm saying? You got to be specific because the universe and God is going to give you what you want. But how? How are you going to get it? How are you going to get it, right? So when you ask for certain things or you ask for whatever, you're going to get it. But you have to believe that it's yours. You have to believe. Karma, all that stuff is the same thing. We always hear about the negative side of karma. You do bad, you get bad done in return. Why we was never told about the positive? The yin and the yang. You do good, right? Good karma exists. You do good, you get good in return. So you give, so you shall receive. But you have to feel it. Now, perfect example, I explained to you why we always see these people that's doing good and we wondering, damn, they always making money, they always X, Y, and Z. Now, on the flip side, you ever seen somebody that's always just messed up? They always look crazy. Nothing seems to be going right for them. But if you look at how they live, they always acting like something's hurting. They sitting around here moping. They think negative before anything even happens. Yeah, first of all, y'all know people like this because I have a bunch of them around me, and I had to get them from around me because we don't understand how contagious energy is. We don't understand how right now you could be having the best time of your life. For my ladies, your friend could call you like, yo, you know this N-word, he just cheated. She start crying. Guess what? Now that energy is a burden on you. She just gave you that energy. You think she didn't, but you don't know that it affected you subconsciously. Now your energy is down. You went from vibrating up here, now you down here. Now we know that when you vibrate low, you get low results. When you vibrate low, you can't function, you can't manifest from a low frequency, a low vibration. This is why you think our foods are the way they are. Low vibrating food, low vibrating music, low vibrating television, low vibrating show. The Jezebel spirit flying around here. Nothing is of high frequency. That's why you got to put the work in. Don't depend on nobody to give you that, because you ain't going to receive it. Them people you see walking around here, they always seem to have a problem. They always going through drama, always got some type of controversy. Those are the people you stay away from, bro. You know that quote? If you point me to the four, no, I'm lying. My fault. That quote, if you hang around four broke people, you'll be the fifth one. It's just common sense. That's how the law of the universe works. You see when they say, yo, show me your friends, and I show you who you are? That's just the law of the universe. Because you are going to surround yourself with people who are like-minded towards you, right? So if you're surrounding yourself around like-minded people and you find a friendship in these people, y'all have some type of common something within y'all. This is why y'all feel so cool to be around each other. So if you show me your friends, I'm going to show you who you are. So if I go around you and all your friends is just, or if everybody just want to shoot each other, oh, yo, spin the block. I don't want to be around that. Y'all not talking about nothing conducive. Not talking about no money. You just talking about spinning blocks, and that's not conducive. I can't take care of my family by spinning blocks. You see what I'm saying? This is why I know, let me tell you, I've been in the street for a long time when I was out there, right? Never been robbed, never shot, never stabbed, never none of that weird stuff that I done seen guys go through. But two reasons, and that's because, right? One, I never did anything greasy. Never shot, never stabbed, robbed. First, this is why I say, you got to surround yourself around the right people. My guys, anybody that's friends with me, they hear you rob somebody, they're going to get away from you. You robbing people, you're dirty. Why are you robbing people? You're dirty. We don't want to be around you. You're robbing people. You're a thief. Who knows? You might come steal from me. We don't want you around us. But like I said, two reasons. I never did anybody greasy. And once again, I always feel what you do, what you reap, you shall sow. You spinning blocks, you killing, willing, dealing, whatever, it's eventually going to come back to you. Simple. But that's one. And I always move by myself because, first of all, I loved hookah lounges for the longest. I'm talking about, I've been going to hookah lounges since like 2010. All my friends, they all smoking weed, or I don't smoke weed, right? So I used to find fun in going to hookah lounges because I seen early that that's where all the girls are. I don't care where y'all want to go to the strip clubs. I don't believe in going out trapping all day and in the nighttime, the same money I risk my freedom for, I'm going to throw it on strippers. It doesn't make sense to me. Now, if you're making money legally and you want to go and throw your money, hey, that's on you. But I think the stupidest thing in this world we've been programmed to believe, especially these guys in the street, is to go out and risk your life all day, right? ducking cops and jack boys and everything to make money and go blow it in a strip club. What? That doesn't, yo, let me tell you, maybe it's me. That gotta be one of the stupidest things I've heard in my life. So I used to be in the hookah lounges. He said that's tricking. Yeah, you know why I don't really say the word tricking no more? Because I personally believe that we all, as men, somehow, some way we tricking. It depends on the females you going after. Now, if you going after them little bartenders, in which I don't really care for. I didn't. Let me not get into it, but I didn't have my share of a couple bartenders. They all whack. Their energy be low because of their expectancy of things. It just be whack. They're not a vibe. Right? And then when you're around a lot of these bartenders, these girls, they look like something. First of all, when you actually get around them, their personality is shot. Right? Their personality is shot. Then two, they feel empty. You can look, let me tell you, go around one of these bartenders. A couple of them, matter of fact. I love looking into eyes. I can tell you a lot about looking into your eyes. I think as a man, all men should, especially when you're talking to a woman, look deep in her soul. Look deep in her soul and you'll find out everything. That's why whenever I talk to a woman, I look her dead in her eye. Dead in her eye. It's going to tell you everything you need to know. But a lot of these bartenders, these strippers, of course, they're empty. Look at their choice of profession. Now, I'm not knocking nobody because you do have those women that do it just because you know, it's no other means. And in the generation we're living in, a lot of the weird stuff is accepted. Back in the days, if you was a stripper or any of that, what? Oh, nah. They looking at you crazy. Nowadays, it's more accepted. So you see a lot more women doing it. I get it. I'm not sitting here to judge. I'm not doing that. But I'm just focusing on the ones that are very low vibrational. You look them in their eye. You can look deep in their soul. You look straight past them. They be empty inside. And you know why? Because they're there. They're in that atmosphere. They're in that lifestyle 24/7. They don't know how to hold a conversation because, honestly, they're really not trying to get a conversation or any of that out of you. They looking for the money. And they're willing to give you that too. Like, yo, listen. All right, well, listen, how much you got? But so many words, you can do whatever, how much you got. Simple. They don't even make you work for it. That's why when a lot of these guys, they walk around here, yeah, I done hit this. See, I pride myself on the women that I've messed with because I know a lot of them are untouchable. You ain't knocking down nurses, right? You ain't knocking down officers, right? You ain't knocking down attorneys. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I get my pride in because at the end of the day, yeah, I could be going around here hitting bartenders all day because they just looking for, it's easy. They looking for money. That's easy. It's easy. But what I'm saying is, he said it's possible. Nah, I was just saying my little lineup. You know, I take pride in that, you know, because I like it when it's a challenge. Bartenders ain't no challenge to me. Strippers ain't no challenge to me, especially when you know how to talk. That's why sometimes, let me tell you, some women I don't talk to purposely because I feel guilty. Because I feel if you don't got the right talk piece to be talking to me, I'll feel like I'm manipulating you and I won't feel right. That's just how I am. I'm weird like that. I feel like I'm taking advantage of you and then I just start feeling weird and nah. I can't talk to you. You like a little girl to me. You, like I said, they barely know how to hold conversations. They got no substance. They got nothing to talk about. You know. So like I said, I'm a little different, man. I like a little challenge. I like to be able to brag. Cause you know, and then you gotta remember, man, as men, we gotta have a little more value in ourselves too. You know, I think it's you tell one of your friends you mess with me, they're gonna be like, oh, word? Oh, that's all right. Opposed to you just messing with little Chuck up the street, selling his little drugs and he think he doing something. Nah, I'ma add substance. I'ma add energy. You gonna feel good messing with me. You see what I'm saying? You gotta, as men, we got to start adding value. As men, we got to start knowing our worth. We got to start putting pressure on these women too. Stop being so accessible. Just because she fine, just because you think you're going to hit. Every minute she call you, you sitting there, yeah, I'll come. You know you busy and you just, yeah, I'll come right now. That's the problem. She knows she got you. She ain't going to chase you. One thing women love things they can't have. When you get older, you'll know that. Women love things they can't have, or at least a challenge. Because you know why? It's so easy for them. You got to stand out. If she fine, 9 times out of 10, by the time she walk out that house, she already got 3 to 5 people trying to holler at her as she walk to the bus stop. So that ain't the problem. Getting guys ain't the problem. But you got to separate yourself. You got to be a man. Now, listen, I'm gonna call you back later. Give me a second. I'm handling this. They like that. They like to know, oh, he busy. Oh, he busy. I like. So now she feel when you actually give her the time of day, it feels special because she know that you making time, or at least she feel like it. But if you so accessible, they ain't got nothing to feel special about. They just call you when they want to. You see what I'm saying? You ain't no damn special. That's why you gotta know your worth, man. Know your value. Know what you adding value to. And this is why some guys, they wonder why girls aren't submissive. And I hate that little thing that they got going on social media. Oh, submissive women. Bro, you gotta give us something to be submissive to. Right? You walking around looking like you 40, dressing like you 20 years old. You still talking like you a child. Your pants hanging off you, or you living at home with your moms. You feeding off of her. You borrowing money from her, and you want her to be so what? So what? Come on, man. You gotta give her something to be submissive to. Especially these days. This ain't the old days. These women got good jobs now. These women got a bag now. These women got their own places now, own car. I know a lot of women living way better than a lot of guys right now. I got homegirls that live way better than a lot of men I know. A lot of these dudes, they be in the street still asking to borrow money. That's backwards. So like I said, man, if you want a woman to be submissive, give her something to be submissive to. Yeah, man, start adding value. Put some value to yourself as men. I mean, and not only that, when you don't chase, just 2 things you don't never chase: money and women. Don't chase. Please don't chase. Be on your purpose, right? Be so busy trying to create the life that you want, and I bet you all that stuff will follow. All that stuff will follow. You wonder why the money. You wondering why the money running away from you. You wondering why the women running away from you. That's because you busy chasing. You can never get it because you busy chasing. Simple as that. You too busy chasing. But anyway, shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. I ain't even peep. See, I was just running my jibs. The pandemic made me step away from a 9 to 5 to work for myself. Fact, let me tell you, before I get off here, I know they regret the pandemic because they were trying to do something else, not knowing that the pandemic made a lot of us self-reliant. The pandemic made a lot of it because you know why? Nobody ever been in that position where it's like, yo, I gotta do something. Once we was because you gotta remember, we different. Our DNA is different. You got them other, quote unquote, other people, when they in the stock market and that stuff crash or they go bankrupt or whatever, guess what? They hanging themselves, jumping out of windows, all type of stuff. Offing themselves. We wired different. We know what it's like to not have it and get it back or lose it and then get it back. We know about that. Them other people don't. We different. And the pandemic made a lot of us realize that. because we was put in a corner to where, yo, we had to do what we had to do. And a lot of people came out flourishing. A lot of people came out because, you know, they done bought courses. They done learned, while they was home, they was learning how to do X, Y, and Z. They was learning trades. Mad people opened businesses because they was forced to. And now once they realized, wait, this ain't that bad after all. I could do this. It was over. It was over. It was over. That pandemic made a lot of us realize our potential. So once again, it always go back to when I say it's a blessing. I mean, it's not a loss, it's a lesson. And if it's not a lesson, it's a blessing. Simple as that. I manifested many things from a thought, and I was in jail at the time. Facts. Like I said, I can't stress how important, how real manifestation is. You literally control your reality by your thoughts and your tongue. Pause. I always tell people, watch what you say out your mouth. Watch what you say out your mouth. Speak highly of yourself. You know, then you got people try to dumb it down. Oh, you're being cocky. Oh, you're being... No. I'm speaking what I want into existence. Y'all never forget, before I bought my second car, before I bought it, I was saying what I'm going to get. I didn't say, yo, I want to get this. I'm trying to get this. Man, I can't wait. I used to be like, yo, I can't wait till I get X, Y, and Z. First of all, I used to do music. And one of my songs the other day, I was listening to it, and I said something about a black BMW, or like black BMW, black on black BMW. Mind you, at the time, I didn't have a black on black BMW. I had a Charger. Fast forward to now, black on black BMW. You see what I'm saying? It's like you gotta, whatever you want, whatever you think, speak it into existence. When you talking about, even if you don't have something, when you talking about it and you really want it, and you speaking about it, you talk about as if you're going to get it. Speak confident, like, yo, yeah, I'm saving this money, I'm getting this it should be by the end of the, you ever seen somebody, because I had a homegirl that did this a lot, and it didn't dawn on me that she was doing, I don't even think she was doing it. It's just, some people are wired that way, right? Some people learn it, but some people, this is really how they operate. But she was like, yeah, by the end of this year, I should have this and that. Yeah, I know I'm gonna get this house, I'm gonna do this. Yo, and she, every time she says that, she get exactly what she says she's gonna get. And it's always some weird way, like, oh yeah, I done hit the lottery, or what's the name gave me this money, or I done got this money, or I got a raise. Yo, it's crazy. But when you speak what you want, the universe, because it's universal law, the universe got no choice but to give you what you want. I promise you. 9 to 5 hit different after you make your own money. Facts. I remember the last live I was talking about how I was, because even, let's say this YouTube stuff, I was still doing YouTube when I had a job in the beginning. So with the YouTube checks I was making, I'm like, man, listen, I'm walking around here like I own this joint. You know? Everybody getting screamed at, allowing these guys to talk how they want. I'm talking how I want. What you gonna do, fire me? Ooh, I ain't making nothing here anyway. You know? Rod Rose, what's up, bro? I can too. I see through people. Facts. That's why a lot of these guys, even on social media, y'all would never see me beefing with people. Y'all would never hear, yo, Hookah Anonymous got into it with Hookah Not. Never. Ever. Ever. That's weird to me, especially on the internet. Why I look like arguing with another man? Why I look like raising my voice with another man? Right? I don't argue with men. That's female energy, man. I do not argue with men. I don't go back and forth with men. That's not me. And not to mention, a lot of these guys just be doing that because they be on social media. It's weird. If it ain't them, it's you. Facts. White folks. LK Crippy, what's up, bro? Appreciate you for pulling up. I manifested an Ira Camaro from a jail thought. Facts. You see what you said? Who was that book by? I forgot his name. The Power of Intention. Because I read that book as well. I read it while I was incarcerated. That's another thing. The 48 Laws of Power. So, That's what it was. Before I started learning about the energy and frequency, everything started with the movie called, no, not The Secret. The Secret is another one. Y'all, let me tell y'all. It's cliche because everybody know about it now, but I never forget when I got released. Because now, after I done got all that knowledge when I was incarcerated, now I want to see what's going on. I never forget one day I was in my grandmother's house when I was still there. I was in my room sitting there, and The Secret came up. It was talking about the power of energy, the power of this, the power of that. So I'm like, there's manifestation, manifest whatever you want in this lifetime. I'm like, the hell they talk about? Yo, ever since I put The Secret on and watched it, my life ain't been the same since. That's a fact. My life ain't been the same since. Yeah, I read it. I read it while incarcerated too. Wayne Dyer. Wayne Dyer is a good one. Jim Rohn. What's the other guy named? Jim Rohn. Wayne Dyer. It's a couple of them, man. Oh man. But yeah, y'all. Yo, listen, I gotta get a couple things done. Gotta run around real quick. I got until 12, so that should be good. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. This is always dope. I always tell y'all, when we get on live, I barely speak about any of the media stuff, the entertainment. I like talking about real stuff. And hopefully it'll spark something in you guys. Or even me. I learn something from y'all as well. All the time. We learn from each other. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. I appreciate y'all for support. If you're not following us on Instagram, please do so now at Hookah Anonymous _. Y'all enjoy y'all day.